It's the Hull derby, Hull FC against Hull KR. Adam is at the MKM Stadium. Evening to you, Adam. So, this season, clean slate, always such optimism among the teams, isn't there? How open is it realistically going to be, do you think?
Well, I'm struggling to remember a time when there was this much buzz, this level of anticipation around the start of a Super League season. So many fascinating stories and subplots. We heard there from Sam Burgess, perhaps the biggest name anywhere in the world of rugby league. It'll be really interesting to see how he gets along in his first role there at Warrington Wolves. The team to beat, of course, remain the Wigan Warriors. They start their season on Saturday, but they started properly really in a couple of weeks' time with that World Club Challenge against the NRL champions Penrith. That'll be a fabulous occasion. What of St Helens? Remember, they won it 4 times on the bounce before last season. If for the first time in a very, very long time they go into a season not red-hot champions, it'll be very interesting to see that shift in mindset for them. And of course, the season is played against the backdrop of the new rugby league grading system that comes into play at the end of this season. It's pretty complicated, but in short, your position in the league isn't purely determined by your performance on the pitch, the upshot of which is that the new team in Super League this season, London Broncos, will almost certainly be relegated whatever happens. It'll be interesting to see the effect that has on other teams round the bottom there amongst us. And what about the fans? Well, in truth, they've never had it so good. For a sport that's always struggled to get eyes upon it in a crowded sporting marketplace, for the first time Super League is going to be shown live on the BBC, which is a really fascinating and exciting development for the sport, Ollie.
And just quickly, Adam, the two teams you'll be seeing at close quarters this evening. Hull KR, they were semi-finalists last season, Challenge Cup finalists as well. Are they looking to push on?
Yeah, what a fascinating and explosive start to the new season. You'd be hard-pushed to find any derby in the world of rugby league that was as fiercely contested as the Hull derby. If you're not familiar with the geography of Hull, if you live to the east of the city, you're red and white, Hull Kingston Rovers. To the west, where we are tonight, you're a black and white, Hull FC. And whenever those two sides come together, it's always a really memorable occasion. Hull FC have had a very difficult couple of years, a lot of pessimism around the start of their season before a ball's even kicked. Doubly difficult for them with, as you say, Hull Kingston Rovers doing so well over recent years. They will be there or thereabout come at the end of the season. When your biggest match of the season is also your first game of the season, there really is nowhere to hide. We're expecting a massive crowd here, perhaps the biggest opening night crowd of a Super League ever. It kicks off at 8, Ollie.
Adam, who has some skin in the game, as you can probably tell, but we're not allowed to tell which way. Many thanks indeed, Adam Wild.